Another great add-on, a real must-have for your saw, is a sacrificial fence. You really do have to protect your fence when using a dado blade and rabbiting on the table saw. You can buy commercial units, but I found that this one made of MDF works just great. It's a couple of pieces of 3/4 inch MDF spaced out by a few blocks of hardwood. This has been glued and screwed together, and now I clamped it to a flat surface so that after the clamps are removed, this is a perfectly parallel sacrificial fence. I left the screws out of the center part of this because that's where the saw blade is going to contact it. And the openings in here allow me to take a couple of clamps like this and attach it to my existing fence. Real easy way to do it. Once you've attached it, you're going to find that after a while, the side of this is going to be really beat up and all cut up by the dado blades that you're using. And ultimately, you may have to measure between that blade and the face of that fence to do some operation, and it's really hard with all of those saw marks in there. So the nice part here is that because this is parallel, you can flip it to the clean side, make whatever measurements you're going to make between the blade and this fence, and once you've gotten them, flip it back to the dirty side and reclamp it. Now another thing is, don't make this fence real tall. You have to make sure that the clamps that you have can slide through the openings here and attach low enough so that you're not making this fence just a little bit tippy. You'll also find that this fence sits flat on the table, so very thin material will glide past the face of this and not slide underneath the fence like they sometimes do with your existing one. Lastly, make 2 of these. Make one the length of your table saw fence and use that for daily work, but make one a couple of feet longer. When this is clamped into place and you put a piece of plywood on here, you have a much bigger area to start that plywood before you go over the blade than you would have had you been using your existing fence with just this last little foot. This is a great add-on. It works really well, and again, out of MDF, you don't have to worry about your table saw blades contacting it because nothing will get hurt.